What's going on, everybody? Chase here with Aftershock videos for everything music, Yu-Gi-Oh, and gaming. And today, I'm going to show you my 2021 deck profile that I'm really excited for, the Drytrons. And I just wanted to say, since the last video I came out with, which is, I want to say it's been before January 1st, so I just want to say Happy New Year's to everybody out there and hope your 2021 is going way better than your 2020. And I apologize that it takes so long for me to make these videos because I work a lot and I try to get these videos out as often as I can. So thank you everybody so much for watching, and let's get to the deck profile building. Okay guys, so to start off, let's go ahead and get into the Drytron monsters. First you're going to run 3 Drytron Alphas. Now these are your ritual search. And at the beginning, Drytrons cannot be normal summon or set. They can be special summoned from your hand or graveyard by tributing off a ritual monster or another Drytron. And you can, like I said, you can special summon them from the graveyard by using monsters in your hand or on the field. So you want to start off with 3 Drytron Alphas. Next, you're going to want 3 Drytron Zetas. Now these are your ritual card search. So you want to run 3 of those. I'm also going with 3 Drytron Gammas. Now these are your special summons for an extra monster. So if this is in your hand or graveyard, once it's on the field after you ritual summon or special summon it, you can special summon another Drytron. So you want to run 3 of those. Also 3 Drytron Deltas. And this one's effect is so once you summon it from your hand or the graveyard in defense position, you can reveal 1 ritual monster or 1 ritual spell in your hand, and if you do, draw 1 card. So this one's kind of got its draw engine. So 3 Deltas, and only wanting 1 copy of Drytron Beta. This just brings back any of your banished Drytron monsters. Okay, next for your one-ofs, I'm going with 1 Dawn Knight. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can send 1 light monster from your deck to the graveyard. So if you don't already have a graveyard established, this is a good way to get those Drytrons in there. And then if this card is sent from the deck to the graveyard, target 1 light monster in your graveyard and place it on top of your deck. So this one's a good way to start getting stuff going. One of the other key players in this deck is Vanity's Ruler. A lot of people might have some choice words once you get this on the field, especially if you're playing against somebody who's really reliant on special summoning. So I will tell you how to combo this one off here in a minute. I'm doing 1 Ash Blossom to, just to kind of interrupt your opponent, and then 1 Manju of the 10,000 Hands. And again, just another way to get a ritual monster or spell card in your hand to get things going. Okay, next we're going off to the ritual monsters. Of course, you're definitely going to want to run Cyber Angel Ben 10, and she's perfect because she's not a hard once per turn. And she also searches herself. So, we'll say for the combo, you have a Drytron Alpha and a what's the other one? Zeta. Sorry if I'm butchering that. You can combo off Alpha, send this to the graveyard from your hand, and you'd search Ben 10. Now once she's in your hand from the graveyard, by tributing her off, you could special summon him, and then you'd get your Vanity's Ruler in your hand. Now since you are only special summoned those 2 cards, your normal summon would just be the Vanity Ruler. And that is usually a good way to get the opening field going for your first turn. Now just for my heavy hitters, for the ritual spells, I'm running 2 Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragons. This is the closest thing that the ritual monsters really have for a Dragoon. It's just unaffected by, cannot be special summoned by other, cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. And then it also inflicts piercing damage to a defense position monster your opponent controls. So you want 2 of those. I'm also running 2 Drytron Metianus Quadrantids. Butchered that. I've seen it so many times already since I've been building this, and probably still can't say it right. And his effect is, he basically, once he's summoned, you can wipe your opponent's spell and trap their back row, basically. And then right here it says, this is a little extra something. It says, if the total levels of monsters used for this ritual card's summon were 2 or less, you can destroy all spells, traps in the field your opponent controls. If this ritual card is destroyed, you can special summon Drytron monsters from your graveyard, except for itself, whose combined attack equally equals 4,000. Which is perfect, because you're probably going to be using the Drytrons, and each one, you can see, is 2,000 attack. So when he's destroyed, you get 2 special summons. And then my last one for this is Demise Supreme King Armageddon. This is basically just a board wipe. You pay 2,000 life points, and you just clear the board except for itself and do damage. What is it? Inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each card destroyed. Which is fine, because if you send your stuff to the graveyard, more than likely, depending on your draw and your hand, you can pretty much just recycle everything back in. The Drytrons are perfect for that. Alright, going into the spells. Now, I don't have 3, but just because they're so hard to find, I'm not going to show you cards that I don't have. You'd want to run 3, but I only have 2 of the Drytron Novas. These are basically just free special summon from the deck, just to get a board established. Then you want to run 2 to 3. I have 3, so I'm going to show you 3 of the Metianus Drytron. This is your ritual spell. And this thing is pretty awesome for this deck, because you could pretty much ritual summon any ritual monster as long as its attack, as long as the materials used for the ritual summoning, the attack has to be equal to or exceeds the ritual monsters. And you have to use light machines, and every Drytron in here is a light machine, so this is perfect. And then if this is in your graveyard, you can target 1 Drytron monster that you control on the field and make it lose 1,000 points. Add it right back to your hand. So very, very awesome. You also want to run 3 Cyber Emergencies. This is a good way if you didn't get a Drytron in your hand. It's a good way to get it in there. Now you can choose to run 1 or 2. I'm running 2. Drytron Fafnir, their field spell. Basically, when you put it on the field, you get to search a Drytron spell or trap. And then once per turn, if a monster is normal or special summoned, face up while you control a Drytron monster, except during the damage step, you can reduce that monster's level by 1 per 1,000 of its current attack for the rest of this turn. So it's awesome. And then next, my one-ofs of the spells. 1 Monster Reborn, just in case you need something on the field. 1 Called by the Grave, because they're limited, and to help deal with those pesky hand traps. 1 Preparation of Rites. You don't need more than 1, because your Metianus... these are so hard to remember. Metianus Drytron, sorry, the ritual spells. And then your Manju, your Alphas, they're also good searches, but just in case, you get your 1 level 7 or lower ritual monster from your deck and add it to your hand, and then you can add 1 ritual spell from your graveyard to your hand. And this is perfect if you have your 2 Drytrons and you need your Cyber Angel Ben 10. So it's a good search for that. Foolish Burial, 1, because, like I said, they're very recyclable, so you can establish a graveyard if you need to get things going, if you didn't draw any Drytrons in the beginning. And then 1 copy of Terraforming, just to get that Fafnir in case you need to, pull your ritual spell if you don't have any Drytrons, or your Drytron Nova. All right, now the extra deck was kind of tricky. This is kind of variant. So when I'm playing it, I really haven't used these too much. So I'm going to show you the whole 15, but there's only a few that you'll actually play. So I'm not going to get too into it. The one Elder Entity Entis. This one you can actually combo off into Boral Sword Dragon. Big heavy hitter. Geonator Transverser. This one will come in handy. Herald of Mirage Lights. Since you will have either Vanity's Ruler, Manju, or the Cyber Angels, when a spell trap card or effect is activated, so you can send one fairy monster from your hand to the graveyard, negate the activation. If you do, destroy it. That's basically what you're going to be using this for. So the Boral Sword and the Herald of the Mirage Light. Link Karibo, obviously to help block attacks. And then you can, if you want to, just to have them, you're running some Nightmare monsters, a Nightmare Unicorn, Nightmare Cerberus, and Nightmare Phoenix. Always good to have those in your extra field, your extra deck. And this one has definitely come in clutch a couple times. Relinquish Anima. So in case you're playing against an opponent who's special summoned a whole lot of monsters, it's a good way to get one on the field in case you don't have as many. And then, just in case, an Alley of Justice Cadister. So if this card battles a face-up non-dark monster, destroy that monster. I'm going to butcher this name, the Kiki Nagashi Fuko. This card is unaffected by other card effects. Once per turn, the quick effect, you can detach 2 materials from this card. For the rest of this turn, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, you take no battle damage from the attack involving this card. So this is just a good blocker. And then one Lyrilusk Assembled Nightingale. And she's one that can attack directly. So if you Drytron Gamma, and you put some more bodies on the field, and you need this just to put that game over the top with the attacking the life points, she can do that. All right, now I'm going to show you guys how you can combo off by any hand. All right, I'm not going to just pick out some cards and then just tell you what to do with it. Let's just say realistically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll say this is your opening hand. Okay, so you got a beta, an alpha, perfect. You got your ritual spell already, and a cyber emergency. So first thing you can do, you could summon alpha by sending one other Drytron to the graveyard. So we'll say that's in the graveyard. Now you get your ritual search. Whoop. And depending on if you're going first or second, or depending on the circumstances, let's just say you want to get a Cyber Angel Ben 10. So now you got your hand here. Now you can either play a Cyber Emergency now or later, but let's just say for the sake of playing it, search for another Drytron, and let's go ahead and go for Delta, because he is the effect of revealing. So there's your field, your graveyard. Okay, so now you got your Ben 10, got your beta and Delta, and your ritual spell. So now you could ritual summon, or you could special summon Delta by sending beta from your hand to the graveyard. Okay, so now you get to reveal one ritual spell, show it to your opponent, and then you draw another card. You got Manju, so this would be a good normal summon. Okay, now you still have Ben 10, and you still have these other 2 Drytrons that you use that are in the graveyard, but you have not used your effect. So you could tribute off Cyber Angel Ben 10 for Gamma and set him on the field. Then you activate his effect by special summoning another Drytron from the graveyard. So now you have 4. That's 4 cards off of one combo. And not only that, you get to search off from your Ben 10, so you can get your Vanities ruler. If I can find it. Right there, okay. So you search the fairy off of Ben 10. Now you have it in your hand, and you can pick any two for your tribute summon. So there you go. You have established your field, and then let's say or actually, you could, instead of those two, you could have done Alpha and Delta. You could just have these two, or you could put him in the graveyard if you want a special summon for the next turn. But either way, you'll have him and one other. You could have him and one other on the field. So I mean, it's just how you want to play it, where you want to go with it. Obviously, instead of Ben 10, I could have searched Blue Eyes Chaos Max, the Drytron Ritual. It really just depends on what you need at the time. So, but they recycle very well. You can run more than one Vanities ruler if you want instead of the Dawn Knight. But so there you go. There's just one random hand, and that is how the deck plays. Alright everybody, and that'll do it for my 2021 Drytron deck profile. I hope this has been insightful or helpful or at least entertaining for you. And if you have any questions or comments or suggestions, let me know down below. And this deck was really fun to build. It's super fun to play. It's fun seeing different people's reactions when you come out with a ritual monster out of nowhere. Or just, you put that Vanities ruler out there and all of a sudden they're just... So, all right, thanks to you guys so much for watching, and if you got any questions or comments, again, just let me know down below if you got any suggestions for any other deck builds, and I will see you next time. Later.